Hi, Kobe here from CrossFit Abode for the brief for Thursday workout and warm up. So for all of our workouts, we have 3 different options, and this brief will give you all 3 different options. We have a no equipment version, a limited equipment version, and a full equipment version of the workout. So let's have a talk about what today's workout is, and then we'll go through the warm up. So today's workout is 10 rounds. Every round is 2 minutes. You'll do this with a partner and you'll alternate rounds every 2 minutes. Each round consists of 2 movements followed by a max effort of the 3rd movement in the remaining time. So for our no equipment version of the workout, it is 10 meters of broad jumps followed by 10 bodyweight rows and then a max effort of air squats. However, if you do have something like an odd object or a bottle of water or something like that, use that as a little bit of weight for that movement. For our limited version of the workout, it's going to be 10 odd object cleans, followed by 10 chest to bar pull-ups, and then finishing with max reps of wall balls, 20 pounds for the guys, 14 pounds for the ladies, to a 10 and 9 foot target respectively. For our full equipment version of the workout, it's going to be 5 power cleans, 70 kilos for the guys, 50 kilos for the ladies, RXD, or a weight that you could do 5 touch and go reps in a row, but difficultly, followed by 10 chest to bar pull-ups, and finishing with max wall balls, 20 pound and 14 pound to a 10 and 9 foot target. They are today's 3 versions of the workout. Now let's have a look at all of our movements and the scaling option. First movement for the no equipment version is a broad jump. With a broad jump, you have a line at 0 and at 5 or 10 meters. Must be a 2 foot takeoff, 2 foot landing, and you must stick the landing. What I mean by that is we take off. As we jump, we must be able to pause in that position before we go on to the next jump. 5 meters out, 5 meters back, or 1 10 meter length, whatever you have the space to do, that is absolutely up to you. The first movement for the limited equipment version of the workout is an odd object clean. So I have a couple of different things here today. I have a dumbbell and I have a sandbag. So with a dumbbell, you can do a double arm or single arm version. I would recommend the single arm version. Do 5 on one side, followed by 5 on the other. With a dumbbell power clean, starts on the floor, we hinge over at the hips, we jump it up onto our shoulder, stand it tall. Both heads of the dumbbell will touch the floor at the bottom, stand it all the way up. Knees, hips extended, dumbbell sitting on the back of the shoulder with the elbow forward of the wrist. Once you've done 5 on one side, then 5 on the other side. Another object I have here is a sandbag. With the sandbag, I would recommend the 2-hand sandbag clean, but you can do the one shoulder version if you wish. We straddle the sandbag, grab one end of the sandbag from there, jump it up onto the shoulder, stand tall. Ground, shoulder, stand it tall. You can use whatever you want or whatever you have at your disposal for the odd object clean. Your imagination, let it run wild. For the full equipment version of the workout, we'll use a barbell. And as I said, it's a weight that you should be able to get 5 touch and go reps in a row, but difficult. With the power clean, feet start under the hips, hands on the outside of the shoulders. Jump it up to our rack position, elbows forward of the bar, knees and hips locked out. From there, comes back to the floor, keeping the bar in nice and close, and obviously a nice flat back throughout the movement. They are all the options for movement number 1. Movement number 2, we've got 10 chest to bar pull-ups for our full or limited equipment if you've got access to a pull-up bar, or we've got a body weight row. So for a chest to bar pull-up, hands on the outside of the shoulders, pull all the way up, chest clearly touches the bar, and lock out the elbows between each rep. Scaling for that, we can do a chin over bar pull-up, we can do a jumping chest to bar pull-up. So that's where we have a height about 6 inches above our standing head height. we grab onto the bar on the outside of our shoulders, we bend the knees and come directly under the bar. We then jump out and around and jump our chest up into the bar, using as much upper body as possible. Then the movement for our no equipment version, we're going to do a body weight row. Again, let your imagination run wild with this one. It just needs to be something that you can lock your elbows out and pull all the way up so your chest touches into it. People have used a pitchfork between two chairs. People have used a table. Today I'm going to use the rings. So we hop down underneath whatever we're using, straight line through the body. We pull all the way up so our chest touches into what we're pulling from, lock out the elbows at all times, keeping a straight line in the body. You can scale that movement by coming back on an angle. Just make sure that whatever you use for your implement, it is sturdy, safe, and tested before you get going. That is movement number 2. Movement number 3 is your max effort movement. So if you've got a wall ball and space and access to do wall balls, then you'll do wall balls. If you don't, then you can again use an odd object to do a squat width. So you can use your dumbbell or your sandbag or something along those lines, just something with a little bit of weight in it, somewhere around 20 pounds and 14 pounds, which is 9 or 6 kilos for the guys and girls respectively. So for a wall ball, balls up nice and tall on the chest, feet shoulder width apart. We squat all the way down so the crease of the hip passes below the knee. We drive up and throw the ball into our target. 10 foot for the guys, 9 foot for the ladies. For our no equipment version, if you literally have nothing, it is an air squat, feet shoulder width apart. Crease of the hip passes down below the knee and we stand all the way back up to full extension. Again, if you have some kind of weight, then hold that on your chest. They are all of the movements for today's workout. Your score for today's workout is the total amount of wall balls or air squats you do between you and your partner. So for all 10 rounds combined. So work really hard when it comes to that third movement. Let's now go through today's warm-up. Today's warm-up, we're going to start with 30 star jumps. So we start with our feet together, our pinky fingers touching our thighs. We then jump out to shoulder width and our thumb and forefinger touch at the top. Pinky, thumb and forefinger, feet together, feet at shoulder width apart. 30 reps of a star jump. Once you've done 30 star jumps, we're going to move through 5 squat and reach. With a squat and reach, we have our feet at shoulder width apart. We reach down, grab the toes with as little bend in the knees as possible. We stretch through the hamstrings and drive our knees back in this position. From there, we pull ourselves right down into an active squat. I don't want you to bottom out. I want you to still be active. Weight back on the heels, driving or prying the knees out with the elbows. From there, remaining active and keeping the feet flat on the floor, we rotate back to the center, rotate back to the center. Hands come above the eyes, and then we drive through the heels to stand up. That is the squat and reach, 5 reps. Once you've done 5 squat and reach, we've got 10 push-up plus. So this is just to get all the little stabilizer muscles in the shoulders ready. We're going to do this one from the knees. We're going to keep our belly tucked in nice and tight, so in that hollowed position. We're then going to allow our chest to drop and then round out the shoulder blades. Chest drops, round out the shoulder blades. Notice my elbows remain locked out. My belly keeps that back locked in nice and tight there. Once we've done 10 push-up plus, we're going to move through 10 Samson lunges. For this one, we're going to interlock our fingers. We're going to press and actively press all the time up into the roof. From there, we're going to lunge forward. From there, our hips lower, weight down on that front heel, come down as low as you can, stand it all the way up before alternating sides. 10 reps in total, 5 on each side. Once you've done 10 Samson lunges, we're going to move through 2 rounds. You're going to do 5 reps of the first movement, so either 5 broad jumps, 5 odd object cleans, or 5 power cleans at a really light weight. We're then going to move through 5 of movement number 2, so it's either the chest to bar pull-up or the body weight row. We're then going to move through 5 wall balls or air squats or whatever you're doing for movement number 3. 2 rounds of 5, 5 and 5. At the end of your 2 rounds, you will then give yourself about 5 minutes to specifically warm up to all of the movements you were doing in the workout. Also get yourself a partner. Obviously, if you don't have a partner, then you'll just rest every alternate 2 minutes. And then at the end, double your score, and that will be your score as if you partnered with yourself. If you don't have a partner in location, then get a virtual partner, FaceTime, Zoom, get into somebody and have them be your partner. Once you've warmed up specific to the movements, get ready to start. I would recommend using a timer that has a beep function. So there's quite a few apps, free apps out there that every 2 minutes it will beep for you, so you know when to swap and you don't have to keep looking down at your phone or your stopwatch. Have fun with this workout. Max effort on the wall balls or air squats. That's your goal. That's the aim. That's the scoring part of this workout. Remain controlled, good form on your cleans or your pull-ups, and then really go hard on that third movement. Know that you get that 2-minute rest in between while your partner's doing the work. That's today's workout of the day.